Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for August the 15th through to the 21st, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you for your kindness, your loving, positive support that you send my way each and every day. Thank you so, so much. Well, let's see what the energy is going to be for you this week. We start with the Ace of Wands. Six of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And we have the Nine of Swords crossing over the Six of Wands. So let's stop there and look at these first cards before we continue on. Now we have the Ace of Wands. So we're giving great thought to the balance we need in order to go forward, or how to get things balanced in our life, how to create a balance, how to create a security. Okay, and we're contemplating the different ways. This is a beautiful time to get those aha moments, those epiphanies through meditation, prayer, being alone with your thoughts, giving it time to grow and mature in some way, on how to move forward in the right way, how to have the right things in place, how to disperse your energy properly within your world, between friends and work and family, community efforts, leisure time, spirituality, your health and well-being. How are all those things in balance? How do we create that balance going forward? And I think you're well up for the task, though, okay? Now, the Six of Wands in the very middle here, being crossed over by the Nine of Swords, tells me that you doubt your success or your potential success going down the road. That you doubt yourself in some way. You're letting your ego take over in some way. Telling you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not tall enough, you're not thin enough. You're not. So we really need to change it around to a success, positive kind of energy of I can, I will, I know I've got it in me, I know I've got this, I have talent, I have abilities, I am deserving. What type of fear is keeping you away from actually gaining that success? Because that's what you need to address this week. What's that fear that's kind of holding you back, that's not letting you push forward with all your energy, all your empowerment? Because, you know, I think you break free of whatever it is. A little bit of time, a little bit of energy put in that direction. We have the Knight of Swords. It's almost like, you know, and I've been seeing this image every time I pick up this card for the last couple of weeks now. You're in a forest, and as much as you want to gallop, as much as you want to run to the finish line, as much as you want to succeed and go forward, there's trees and fallen logs and fallen trees and rocks and holes in the pathway, so that, you know, you got to go slow. You can't run through there. If your horse's leg goes in a hole, he's done, or she's done. You're not going anywhere. So we need to go slow. We need to sometimes retrace our path because the path just seemingly ended. What has been slowing you down? You know, those are the trees, the forest. So now you've hit the meadow. Now you hold that sword raised. Now you yell charge. Now you see what fear has been holding you back from actually moving forward. That's the potential of this week. And it has something to do with your balance. Where maybe you divvy up your time or your energy or your resources. How should it be divvied up? Where have you been lacking in concentration in your life? Where do you need to regain a focus? What has been holding you back? What is that big fear? Look at it. Look the fear right in the eye this week and say, what's the worst you can possibly do to me? And I bet you when you really are honest with yourself of the answer, it wasn't a fear that, it was a misplaced fear or a fear that kept you safe at one time in your life, but it's just kind of carried on. You never vetoed that fear away out of your life, dissipated it, taken that wall down. And so it serves no purpose except holding you back now. But you see it. You feel empowered. Now we have the Two of Cups as our underlying energy, so expect new experiences, new people coming into your life. Go with the flow. Absolutely go with the flow. There could be new opportunities, new people. See what they bring to the table. Get to know them. Find out their strengths, their weaknesses. Because they could be your next business partner. They could be your next boss. They could be your next employee. They could be your next best friend. So the new people could actually open up new opportunities for you. If you are looking for love, this is a beautiful card saying that you can find love this week, a new best friend this week, make new associations. Three of Swords for the overlying energy. So once again, I get this, and it's been both times the overriding energy. So what was the other sign that had it? And you know what? My heart automatically goes heavy when I hold this card today. Usually it doesn't, but it is this week. So we need to grow in this world. We need to evolve. We need to go into new pathways. And sometimes what we need to leave behind is something that we don't want to leave behind. So let's say you get a new job. Now you've got to leave your old work family, your current work family. And so it can cause great heartache, great sadness to actually take the first step forward. It could mean moving neighborhoods, moving countries, moving away from the people you love. Now, this energy will move you forward. And it all depends on how much time you've actually been spending with yourself getting to know you. Of how well you have been manipulating that forest in order to hit the meadow. On whether or not it'll be more of a thought process or a less painful experience than what you might encounter if you haven't been doing the work. Now, realize that whatever happens this week moves you in the right direction. It is for your better good. It may not seem like that at the time. Something comes in and it transforms your life in some way. It's something that can initially break your heart. And it could, you know, but it's a life experience in order to push you in the right direction, in order to move you to the new experience awaiting you. We have the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles has been busy. I love that it's with the Three of Wands. So we stand there on our brink of our new path, and we are very grounded in where we are. We are content maybe even with where we are. We're okay with where we are. We don't really want the push forward, but it's coming anyways. So we need to look at the path forward and how it's going to affect our lives. And so we hold on to the first wand and we look out into our expansive path. And we ask ourselves, do I want to step onto it? Do I want to go in this path? Do I want to go forward in this way? And then we move over to the second wand and we ask ourselves what happiness we have now, what we can build on, what we can work at. And then when we move over to the third wand, we make the decision on how to manipulate that path for our better good. So it's a process that you are going into this week, or going through this week perhaps. You know, whatever the path it is though, it's hard work. So if it's a get-rich-quick scheme, I would say run away, because this is the hard work. You know it's going to take hard work. You know it's going to take determination. It could be in a relationship. It could be a friend. It could be something within the community or in the work area. It could be something to do with your career and how you are moving forward. But it definitely, whatever it is, you know it's going to take work. You know there's a lot of stuff to do that nobody will ever know that you did or care that you did. But it has to be done. It's going the long route. It's understanding what needs to be in place and what needs your energy going forward. For work, we have the Five of Wands. It has to do with people. Definitely it has to do with people. Teamwork. Tapping into other resources, namely other people, to do things that you can't do, or they complement you in some way. I know these two people, and man, they are like complete opposites, and yet they work together in a unit so completely perfect. It's unbelievable because they just complement each other all the way down their path. It's amazing. Because they got their weaknesses and their strengths to actually work together as one unit. And so here's where you need to strive for, teamwork, team play, getting on that committee, joining that group in the community. It strengthens you in some way. It moves you forward in some way. Now, if you're going for job interviews or something like that, you would be chosen probably out of the other contenders for the job. There's a strength. There's a healthy competition happening here in some way. So maybe it's everybody's going for the promotion. Everybody wants the raise. But it also shows your strength over them. For love, relationships, Five of Cups. This is crying over spilt milk. This is something that you haven't forgiven yourself for in a relationship, or you haven't moved past the hurt of the relationship, a past relationship. That you are condemning yourself from not having a good relationship going forward, even if you are in a relationship. That in some way your subconscious is saying it won't succeed, you can't find happiness this way. There's not the right person for you. You may be with the right person, but you need to look at the positive aspects and build on the positive within the relationship and not look at the negative. The negative is only going to bring you down, bring down the vibration of the relationship and extinguish the light in the relationship. So it's by positive reinforcement that the relationship actually grows this week. It's by looking at the qualities, the good qualities in the relationship, and paying attention to those and growing those things even more. If you are looking for a relationship, then you have to believe that you are worthy and deserving of a relationship in order for it to come into existence. That you have to put yourself as number one, that you are very deserving and very worthy, and anybody who is going to stand next to you better feel privileged about it. And I don't mean that in an egotistical sense. I mean it as you are very deserving of only the best of happiness. So second rate won't do. There is a beautiful expansive path for you available when it comes to love, but you really have to grow the strength. I almost saw in the middle of the stream there's like a bridge, and I saw it kind of like a dam. Okay, so every time you throw the negative out there, you are closing that path smaller and smaller and smaller until the water can't flow anymore, until the relationship can't flow. This week we want to work on the positive in order to bring in that wonderful parts of the relationship and grow on them in order to strengthen the relationship going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.